This 2007 Chevy Impala sat abandoned for years, collecting dust, pine needles, and other debris, all the while a disgusting mess sat untouched inside the car. But as I worked to restore it to a like-new condition, for the first time in the history of this channel, I may have unearthed some extremely valuable treasure. Alright guys, well since this car has been sitting outside underneath some pine trees for a number of years now, I have to start this detail with my shop vac to get as much of this sucked up as I can. This way I won't end up blasting it all over the studio floor, making a big mess. Now as I spray off the rear glass here, you can see there were quite a few pine needles trapped in the crevices around the glass, so it's important when working on a vehicle that's been sitting outside for years to spray out the crevices really well, since it's almost guaranteed they'll be full of dirt and debris. Moving to spraying the underside off now, and I figured this was a good time to remind you guys about the huge Detail Geek Autocare spring blowout sale happening right now over at detailgeekautocare.com. The entire site is on sale with savings up to 40%, as it's our biggest sale of the year. If you need to stock up on anything before detailing season is in full swing, then now is the time, and as always, worldwide shipping is available, and we also have a loyalty program that will earn you points towards free stuff on every order. Check it out at detailgeekautocare.com. Okay, with the exterior nice and clean now, it's time to turn my attention inside this car and first get these front seats out so I can see what I'm dealing with here. And as usual, it's just as bad as everywhere else. Now as I get started clearing out all the garbage out of this vehicle, the eagle eyes out there might already know what the potential treasure is that I found, and that's trading cards. As a kid, I used to have a huge collection of cards, and I loved the thought of maybe one day opening a new pack and getting a rare or collectible card that might have some value. And after hearing about so many situations lately where people have found old trading cards worth millions, well, it got my hopes up that maybe, just maybe, there was a diamond in the rough here. Okay, here's a quick look at the cards that I found in the car, and while a few of them are a bit wrinkled or dirty, most are still in good shape. I can't say there's any names that I really recognize in here though, so I don't have high hopes anymore that there's anything of real value, but I will look them all up after I'm done with the car today to find out for sure. Moving to the second row footwells with the vacuum now, and despite there being a ton of debris like dog hair, popcorn, and all kinds of other things on this carpet, because it's got a thicker pile, I'm able to get nearly all of it sucked out, of course leaving behind all the stains that I'll come back to in a little bit with the extractor. Starting in the driver's footwell now, and to give you guys what little background I have on this vehicle, I guess it was recently auctioned off after the new owner purchased some nearby land, including a few vehicles and outbuildings that were on the property. He was told that this car had been parked a few years ago, clearly underneath some pine trees, and that it needed a bit of mechanical work done to run smoothly, which is exactly what he's going to do once I've got it cleaned up for him. And yes, I will of course return any of the trading cards to him if they happen to hold any value. Otherwise, they'll end up in the garbage like pretty much everything else in the interior did. Okay, well, knowing that a few of these seats have some pretty nasty and grimy stains, I'm grabbing a new green drill brush so it's got the most amount of bite possible, and of course using that with my Detail Geek carpet cleaner, which should have the stain loosened up and sucked away in a matter of a minute. Jumping inside the car now, and this seat is a good example of how upholstery can look pretty clean, but actually be incredibly dirty. Once I started extracting this seat, there were all kinds of nasty colors coming up, including some twinges of green, which really had me wondering what the heck that was. Continuing my way around with the extractor, and I just wanted to remind you guys again that there's been several new videos posted over on my other channel, the Yard Geek, as I've really been trying to ramp up the video frequency over there. Believe me when I say this, that the best is yet to come. There's been some pretty big developments in the yard, but it's a drop in the bucket for what's coming, and I can't wait to share it with you all. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and stay tuned for more videos. Here's the bucket full of pure disgusting filth sucked out of the Impala today. Gross. Okay, with some of my best-selling all-purpose cleaner, I'll get to work cleaning all the plastic trim in the interior with the APC and my steamer, which is also safe to use pretty much anywhere around your house as well. I actually use the steamer and APC to clean the grout in my tile shower, and it works incredibly well. So with the huge spring blowout sale going on right now, check out detailgeekautocare.com and pick up a gallon or two while supplies last. Now for this disgusting cup holder insert here, I'll have it looking brand new in just a few seconds with some APC in the McCulloch steamer. This should hopefully show you guys how incredible of a combo this is. Okay, with everything clean, I'll turn my attention now to dressing and UV protecting the interior plastic before I put the seats back in, as that way I don't have to constantly move them back and forth to do the center console, but it also helps to limit the amount of times I'm sitting on or touching the seats now that they're clean, and my clothes at this point in the detail might not be. Okay, second last step now is to get all the glass cleaned inside and out with some of my best selling glass cleaner and waffle weave towel, which I can guarantee will be a hot seller during the spring blowout sale. So if you want to get your hands on the best glass cleaning combo on the market, then head over to detailgeekautocare.com when this video is over and stock up. Alright guys, well 11 hours later and the disaster has been undone, and this car is ready for a new life with a new owner. Now if you guys enjoyed this transformation, make sure you smash the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to check out my other channel, The Yard Geek. There's a ton of new videos over there. Enjoy the guitar outro guys, I'll catch you in the next one.